Introducing first in the corner to my right, from the Bronx, New York, she is the leader of the Strong Army, Sonya Strong! Her opponent directly behind me hails from New Bedford, Massachusetts. Representing Ring of Honor's House of Truth, it's time to embrace the villain and all hail Taeler Hendrix!
DC calling the match alongside Veda Scott. You think the referee is in Taeler Hendrix' pocket?
The victorious Veda Scott. Thank you.
The victorious Veda Scott, congratulations on your victory. Maybe you're warming up to Providence.
Like I said, I've been... Hold on, Taeler Hendrix has something to say.
You can't already be tired. Are you tired?
I don't know, Taeler. We're not really looking at some athletic specimens out here in the crowd. They might be a little winded.
I have nothing to say.
Strong lockup here, no pun intended.
First time meeting between these two competitors. Sonya Strong stand out a House of Glory. Taeler Hendrix obviously been making big waves. Ring of Honor's Women of Honor division.
These two are fighting out of a lockup here.
One thing that Taeler's going to be careful of is Sonya Strong strings together some nasty strike combinations. Although Taeler Hendrix has some pretty good combinations herself. Just lured her in, taking over with that arm drag.
Big hip toss. Going for a cover a little early for that, Taeler.
Taeler Hendrix, the veteran of this matchup, got a stronger foundation, those fundamentals. You're going to be wondering if she's going to be trying to utilize that to neutralize some of the combination attempts from Sonya Strong, but just like that, Taeler Hendrix turning around right into an arm drag.
Whoa! How?
Pretty cool head scissors from Sonya Strong. Can't say you see that one too often.
Ooh!
And caught her with a drop kick.
Sonya Strong is having a heck of a year, Denver, both in and out of Beyond Wrestling. She's taking on high-profile opponents. Taeler Hendrix is just the next in that line. Oh!
This is that combination that I was talking about from Taeler Hendrix. She's going to be looking for that palm strike. The misdirection, wrestling circles around her opponent. Out of the way, the cartwheel kick.
That caught her right in the face. Very unpleasant.
I don't know if Taeler wants to go strike for strike with Sonya Strong, though. I'm telling you, once Sonya gets going,
we've seen that.
Lethal.
Sonya Strong, like many of us, trained primarily with men, but continues to wrestle men, do a lot of intergender wrestling, not just one-on-one, but we've seen her in some really impressive multi-man matches in Beyond Wrestling, showcasing the House of Glory. So she's not afraid to take on anyone of any size, any ability. She's got the upper hand here, but no, Taeler reverses.
Had the biggest challenge of her career against Lufisto. Both competitors, same idea at the same time. I think that Sonya Strong took the worst of that. And now Taeler Hendrix looking to send to the ropes once again. No, Sonya with the reversal. Taylor's taking too much time. Sidesteps her, and Sonya Strong catching herself on the ropes.
Whoa!
Taeler Hendrix head first down to the floor.
Able to log roll.
Yeah, because you don't want to go head first into concrete. Confirmed.
I just did, and it sucked.
Sonya Strong, is she taking too much time on this dive?
Oh! Cuts her off with a huge kick. Taeler Hendrix has those long legs, and she uses them to her advantage. Now these two are both out on the floor. Ooh.
Caught her on the chest right there with that open hand strike.
Something that we've seen from Sonya Strong, who is not long into her wrestling career. What, 2 years maybe?
If
Max?
that.
She's fearless. She'll go for anything. Like we saw a dive that would have been onto the concrete floor, but Taeler Hendrix has that veteran experience. She saw it coming. Ow!
Headbutt right to the face.
I'd say for my money, Taeler Hendrix has possibly the most vicious headbutts in the game. Ah!
That's a credit to Sonya Strong's tenacity or toughness.
She's still fighting back.
Taeler Hendrix running her mouth, not sure if she wants to do that. Now just taunting her opponent. That's going to continue to throw Sonya, the rookie, off her strategy. That's one thing that Taeler Hendrix excels at more than anybody else, those mind games. She knows how to get into her opponent's head, throw them off their strategy, and capitalize.
She going for a cover here? No, I don't know about that, Taeler.
Taeler sending a glare your way. And now Sonya Strong being thrown to the floor.
She let her back in, and then she threw her back out.
Not looking for a count-out victory as Taeler Hendrix is going to be looking to follow her once again. Now Sonya Strong trying to get back up to her feet. Taylor's got her in the crosshairs. A diving clothesline, and that was the sound of the back of Sonya Strong's head smacking on concrete.
I couldn't really see from this vantage point, though, how Taeler Hendrix landed. She definitely got the best of it, but you have to figure she's definitely putting herself at risk there.
Well, it was a risk that paid off. And now the referee's stopping his count for Taeler Hendrix, at least temporarily.
This is something else that Taeler Hendrix does. Uses her charms to her advantage. We've seen that before as well.
That's a nice way to put it. But she spent all that time talking to the official when she could have been getting the pin on her opponent. Give her credit away from the ropes like it's hooked. Couldn't put her away.
Going for another cover.
Much better coverage. Had her Sonya Strong stacked up.
3 covers. And people watching at home may watch this and sometimes question why a wrestler might go for multiple covers like that. It takes a lot of energy to kick out of a pinfall. A lot. When you have your opponent's full body weight on top of you, stacking up pinfalls like that can really wear down your opponent, even if you don't get a 3. However, Sonya Strong with the opening. This could be it. No!
Sometimes Taeler Hendrix likes to use a face buster from that position. I wonder if that's telling to how drained she is at this point in the match. Instead, flip it over Sonya Strong. You could tell there was a moment of hesitation. She knows she's a little bit too close to the ropes, but I wonder if Sonya realizes how close her foot is behind her, or she's going to try and clear the distance in front of her. That is a risk that may not pay off.
I don't think she can see how close she is. We don't know how bad she smacked her head on that concrete. We certainly heard it. She may not know where she is exactly. She's trying. The fans are willing her to make her way over to them. She's crawling. She did it. Taeler Hendrix, though, she held on to that till just about the count of 5.
Yeah, and if the referee got to 5, you think he's going to disqualify her? Get out of here.
No comment. Oh, Taeler Hendrix, blatant choke in the ropes.
This is definitely a different side of Taeler Hendrix than what we were used to seeing in her match against Barbie Hayden at Project XX.
What does she say? Embrace the villain? I guess that's exactly what she's doing here.
Well, she was victorious at the WWR inaugural event. Of course, she wants to pick up another victory here, just as you were victorious in both events.
Let's have a perfect record. Ah! Oh, come on!
Who taught her that one, Brutal Bob?
Ow!
Right in front of us right now. Running her mouth. I mean, that's the thing. If you can pick up the victory and talk trash while doing it, I mean, that is basically demoralizing, not only for your opponent, for everybody else on the roster.
Whoa!
Oh, man! Took her head off of that kick, realizing that her opponent is down, and instead of going for a pin, instead going for this chancery.
Could this be it?
Really wrenching right now. And Taeler Hendrix, excellent
Sonya,
neck
she's
strength
so close.
to continue to bridge from this position.
Oh!
That's the flexibility in the long legs that you had alluded to earlier in this match.
Oh, we're checking her.
Oh, There's still signs of life in Sonya Strong.
I thought she might have been out there from that kick.
That's as close as it gets from being disqualified. Sonya Strong, she was victorious in that four-way at Project XX.
And Taeler Hendrix, she's screaming in Sonya's face.
Continues to taunt her, and now turning her attention to the official. Could this be a fatal mistake?
Oh, roll up! No,
Had him
just
stacked up, only good for one count. Taylor's got a lot of gas left in the tank, but Sonya's going to get those arms and those feet up. There we go. Starting to string together some of that signature offense.
Oh!
Couldn't take Taeler down. She's coming in hard across the throat. This time, she's sucking her into that. Oh, caught her in the abdomen, and Taeler falling out to the floor once again. Sonya Strong had that one scouted. Taeler was sent throat first in the ropes, caught a nasty kick to the midsection, and now is Sonya Strong going to be able to fly? Taeler Hendrix on spaghetti legs. Oh! Sonya Strong wiping her out. But how much damage did she do in the process?
Every move you take to the outside here is a risk, Denver. This is just a concrete floor.
Sonya Strong, one touch. How about that scorpion kick? Is that what they call that?
Axe kick.
Axe kick, I was close.
No.
Oh, Sonya's pissed. Jesus. Sonya Strong coming in hot here on the outside.
Another kick to the midsection. Oh, these spinning soul butts. And another chop. Referee urging both competitors to get back in.
And we saw this before when they were fighting on the outside. However, at that point, Taeler Hendrix is very much in control. Sonya's revenge here.
Handful of hair. Taeler thrown back into the ring, stumbling around.
Sonya Strong waiting. Oh, big clothesline. Oh, elbow.
And another clothesline. Every time Taeler Hendrix tries to get up to defend herself, she walks right into it. Now Taeler throwing the first strike.
Oh.
Sonya working her way around her opponent. Set into the ropes.
Reverse.
No.
Oh. Taeler Hendrix, she's getting noticeably frustrated.
Oh, just spiking her head first. That short Rana.
Ah!
Not the knockout she was looking for. A nasty landing nevertheless. Taeler Hendrix, a veteran move, getting to the ropes to pull herself up. Sonya Strong, she's taking too much time right here.
Oh! Oh!
I'm telling you, she might be the most well-versed in terms of the kick department on this roster.
Ooh.
Oh man, she caught her right in the head. That was a bad noise.
Cartwheel into an enziguri. Sonya Strong trying to pump up the crowd.
It's so hard to throw the strikes with those precision when you have that much momentum behind you, but that cartwheel into that kick. I mean, you can tell Taylor's fading right here. Mouth open.
Big crossbody. This is it. No! And we're seeing here the versatility of Sonya Strong. You know, if you look at her, you might think with all of her kicks, more of a ground-based offense, but we've seen her execute not just here, but in beyond, numerous dives, that high-flying crossbody. She is just very versatile. Whoa, hold on.
Trying to come off the ropes. Taeler Hendrix out of the way.
Oh!
Not that time.
Springboard enziguri.
Sonya Strong running circles around her. When Taeler got back up to her feet, her opponent was already behind her.
This could be it. No!
Taeler having to use the far arms kick out. That was great coverage from Sonya Strong.
I don't know what these two women have left in them. Sonya Strong has her opponent by the hair.
Could have been a mistake, though. She had her down. I mean, I know she can... Oh! Very easily, the stunner. Caught her with the shoulder, just jam it into the chin. That'll crack your teeth.
Very opportunistic on the part of Taeler Hendrix. Missed a kick, going for a roll-up. Sonya.
Can't get her down. Took way too much time to get into that pin.
Big
Another
headbutt.
to the face. Now looking for that tombstone pile driver.
Oh, inner roll! Ah!
Sonya Strong did her homework, but she can't throw a temper tantrum right now because Taeler Hendrix right back up to her feet, a handful of hair, trying to give her the kiss of death. Sonya shrugged it off, was looking for a kick. Instead, caught the head scissors, sent back to her feet.
There it is!
Sonya Strong not too pleased with that.
Going for that tombstone again! Oh!
Tap right on her head, right on her head. She could have broken her neck.
Here is your winner, Taeler Hendrix!
Oh, Veda Scott, congratulations on your victory. I think Sonya Strong certainly knows who Taeler Hendrix is now. We got to get somebody down there to check on Sonya Strong.